Intro. Hello, moviegoer community, and welcome to Moviegoer. I'm Max Forrest,
I'm Paul Ilby.
and today we'll be reviewing Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
This can't all be true.
Every word.
So, Paul, I understand that you loved this movie.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
You texted me that, and so
Yeah.
my expectations were very high.
Oh.
And we'll get into my review in a second, but let's start with you.
All right. So, you can't hate this movie. It's what the entity wants. It wants us to turn against each other. But for real, I did very much enjoy Final Reckoning. A couple of bits that bothered me in the first act, but once it gets going, it's killer. Super tense and really engaging. I was sweating the entire time. So this is clearly separated into 3 acts. The first act does drag for a bit. It over-explains the stakes a bit too much. I get what it's trying to do, but this is a direct sequel to Dead Reckoning. A little reminder is fine, but they take it overboard with the exposition. Ethan Hunt will discover a revelation or something, and every character in subsequent scenes repeats to each other the exact same thing we just heard, over and over and over. There's a couple of instances of a certain type of editing style that I hate, where a moment happens, usually with an important line of dialogue or an insert of an important action, and then the same exact shot gets repeated later as a callback. Now, usually it's like another character realizes its importance, and, it's annoying when it references something like in the beginning and it gets brought up at the end. But dude, I am not even joking. Gabriel, the main villain, says something important, and it's clearly important from the context of the scene. And then, literally, less than 2 minutes later, there's a flashback to the same exact shot. It's still the same scene. They haven't changed location or any kind of time passing. It's the exact same scene. It's just earlier in the conversation. And they've made a callback to it? It's a simple line of dialogue from 2 minutes before. What do they think, we have short-term memory or something? Or we're not paying attention? What a waste of runtime. And it's in a movie that's already 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yep.
They could have chopped off 20 minutes if they weren't repeating the same crap over and over. The whole first act holds your hand too much. This is for fans of the series, yet it over-explains things that fans should know. There's cool callbacks to the main plot in Mission Impossible 3 that I thought were clever and ties the series together. But then it gets repeated and repeated and repeated. I get it. Thanks. One time is enough. Then there's this callback to a really quick throwaway line in the first movie. And I thought it was going to be a small bit, but it turned into a big chunk of the movie. And the payoff is really nice and very satisfying. And it lends to some funny moments later. This one is fine because it only gets explained once or twice, maybe, I don't know. And it doesn't treat me like I'm stupid. Anyway, after all the over-explaining and 3 separate sets of characters all talking about the same thing, we finally get to the real meat of the movie. Now, obviously, like I said in the Dead Reckoning review, that's only half the mission. The payoff in this one, the second part of that mission, is amazing. Extremely tense, super fun to watch. I was literally sweating. My watch was buzzing because my stress levels were so high. This demands to be seen on the biggest screen. This is what movies are all about. Any gripes I had with the first act are immediately forgiven. The second act is absolutely killer. Expertly shot and very refreshing. There's no dialogue. Almost plays out like a horror movie. Edge of your seat suspense. And the rest of the film keeps this faster pace. There's more revelations along the way that tie the whole series together. And it kind of makes me want to go back and rewatch all of them. Anyway, so what did you think?
Well, for a second there, it sounded like you didn't like it. And I agree with you about the exposition.
Oh, okay.
I was like, come on. But I have kind of a pro and a con with the ending. It's not a spoiler because it's literally the poster. It's him hanging on to the airplane.
Oh, yeah.
And then doesn't he, from one airplane, jump to the other airplane?
Yeah, not like a full-on jump, but he flies close enough to grab it or something like that, yeah.
It's amazing. The stunt work is amazing. The balls on Tom Cruise.
I know.
Oh my God. But at the same time, the reason why it's a big pro, I mean, it is awesome.
Yeah.
And it goes on it's not quick too. It's a big blowout and it's long enough, but it's not too long. Anyway, the con is that he's not a superhero. Ethan Hunt isn't a superhero. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Fast and Furious, how they went from like street racing to being superheroes.
All right. Yeah, yeah.
What he's doing is impossible. So you have to suspend your disbelief a little bit. And if you do, it's fucking killer. This is I thought the movie was just fine. It cannot compare to the fun and adventure and witty Ghost Protocol.
Oh, you like that one?
I thought that was great. And I think that was directed by a guy who does Pixar movies named Brad Bird.
Oh, that one was Brad Bird?
Yeah.
Oh, he did Incredibles, I think.
Did
right?
he?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, he really brought something to that movie.
Yeah.
That one was a lot of fun. This movie can't touch that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll agree with you. I don't think this is like the best thing ever in the world. But,
yeah. Here's a pro. I like when the team is all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, the chemistry is really good.
The chemistry is fantastic. And I love Simon Pegg.
Oh, yeah.
He's great. Yeah. Great team. Movie really comes alive when they're all together.
Yeah. And he's like a perfect example of a good comedic relief role.
Amazing. Yeah. I mean, he's a master.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's just great in general.
Yeah.
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 So, yeah, we just talked about, we talked about the plane sequence and how it does not disappoint. And the build up to it, I thought, was really tense. Like, the stunts are wild. And once again, the execution of the high octane action is perfect. I love the huge epic wide shots. The sound design was immersive. I was sucked in. And now, I don't want to go into spoilers, so I'll just say the conclusion to this sequence and the ending in general is very satisfying, at least in my opinion. I would give this like a 4, maybe 4.5. Wow. I highly recommend.
Wow.
Just got to get through that stupid editing choices in the first bit, but it's very well worth it.
It's a high score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Wow.
I'm definitely, because I have the other ones in my movie collection. I'm buying this one day one.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you said that the exposition took way too much of the movie.
Yeah, that first act, yeah.
But then we finally get to a scene where it seems like, oh, okay, the movie's picking up.
Yeah.
When he goes underwater.
Yeah.
But I don't understand what was supposed to be so suspenseful about that sequence.
Well, I mean, this is his only shot of getting the source code for the entity so they can kill it.
Yeah.
And it's, below freezing temperatures. And I forgot the exact depth, but it's at the bottom of the ocean, bottom of this trench or whatever. And he doesn't have a decompression chamber. So there's so much that relies on him getting dropped off at the right point to be able to make it down with his gear so he can get inside the ship, find the stuff, and then as the weight is shifting and actually I don't want to get into too much spoilers, but the stakes are he needs to get down there and up in one oxygen tank, and he needs to be able to get to a decompression chamber on his way up so he doesn't, his organs don't blow up.
I wasn't compelled by that sequence.
Really?
Yeah, I was just kind of, because I know he's going to be fine. It's the middle of the movie, so I'm like, it didn't sweep me away.
Yeah, no, I mean, yes, of course, like, he's gonna make it through this bit because he's the main character. It's a Mission Impossible movie. He's gonna make it to the end.
Right, but the action didn't suck me in enough for me to forget that obviously he's gonna survive.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for me it sucked me in. I liked. I mean, I thought it looked gorgeous. I thought the sound design was really cool. And I kind of liked how it part of what they were saying was like him losing having these lower oxygen levels. He was gonna start hallucinating, and there's that one bit where he does hallucinate, and it kind of plays out like a horror movie. That's what I was talking about, where I thought that was we haven't seen that in the other Mission Impossible movies, and so I thought that was kind of an interesting moment.
Cool. And one more, I guess it's a con.
Mm.
I wanted more hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
I want to see the raid. I want to see Henry Cavill reloading his arms.
Oh yeah.
You know, I wanted more hand-to-hand combat. That's just a preference. I like my action movies with really like John Wick, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah. You know, I guess I didn't really notice that it didn't have as much.
Yeah.
You know, I guess you can kind of call this more of like an adventure movie, because they do go all around the world, and he does go on like a pretty epic adventure.
It's an adventure. I would
Yeah.
say, well,
I mean, there's action, but action adventure, I think this would be more appropriately named.
Yeah. Outro. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you could subscribe and click on this playlist right here, that would be greatly appreciated.
Thanks.
And set notifications.